Hi, Patrice here. I'm thinking today about ways that I will begin to love myself more and take care of my own needs more, and just like tend to myself in a way that I've not. I've just not. So the way I was raised, I just, ignored. Okay, if something was happening around me that I felt was wrong or bad, but the consensus, let's say not really, like something that I can't do anything about, right? Because, as a child, you're stuck. You don't have any control or power whatsoever. But something is going on around me, and I'm feeling in my gut like, oh, this ain't right, and maybe they want me to be involved, and it goes against my own personal, like morals and values or whatever. I learned as a child, because I had to as a child, to ignore my gut feelings and, just suppress, repress, whatever, and do whatever was expected of me. And my own feelings about it didn't matter. And so as an adult, you carry that mess with you. Naturally you do what you learned first. And so I'm wanting to undo all that and pay more attention to my gut instinct, whatever you want to call it. I want to take heed to that more, because I'll gain more. I see that as I do that, I gain more self-respect, and and I don't know. I don't do this whole thing of self-abandonment over and over again, which was required of me as a child, but I'm not a child anymore. Yay. So I'm looking at, like, checking in with myself when I have these feelings. Oh, there's my friend. I usually see her. I have to text her and let her know I saw her, but she's too far away. So anyway, I have to check in with myself when a situation arises, and I feel that feeling in my gut, that feeling you get and you're like, ooh, I don't know about this. I don't want to be a part of this, or whatever the case may be, right? And take heed, and the first step is for me to notice it, because I've been trained and conditioned to ignore it. And that is just like, man, because all this stuff like just ties in one thing to another with having boundaries, and having those boundaries. Not only is it like an automatic, like, get rid of the toxic folk thing, because when you adhere to your boundaries, your own personal, like, no, I ain't going for that. No, I can't do. I can't go for that. When you do that, it automatically, the toxic people don't like it, and they're like I got what I got from from my mother. Oh, we don't operate this way. I'm like, we do now. So anyway, it's like it automatically shows you who is who. And then you can really, that's when it gets rough though, because it's like, like I'm laughing now, but it's rough because it's like, oh, dang, okay. And you got a decision to make, And so, yeah, I'm learning, I'm getting this, and I'm excited about it right now. It's not easy in action though, always, because, you coming up against people that you once, as a child, everybody's all like powerful and in authority over you, and it doesn't necessarily change just because you're an adult now and you feel like, okay, I don't like what this is, I don't like this, but I guess I gotta keep playing along, So, yeah. And another thing, I'm learning to be patient with myself with regards to the different traumas, the flashbacks of I do have some flashbacks of some things that I found traumatizing. One thing that it still really bothers me is the whole thing with how my mother reacted with upon seeing my father in the bed dying and when he was in hospice, and how she was just like, ugh. And that still hurts. And then how when I told her that he died a few moments later, nothing. Nothing. Never any kind of consoling or anything like that. And certain things still bother me. But I'm thinking that as they come up, I need to allow myself to feel whatever I feel about them. I do need to journal more about my feelings about different things, because I neglect that totally at times, a lot of the time. I'm like, girl, stop lying. But I'm trying to be more patient with myself and not speak to myself so harshly when I'm faced with something that I hear my mother's voice. You still thinking about that? You overly sensitive. You too sensitive. You need to get over that, and that kind of thing. Because these are things that I would never say to anybody, including my mother. And I don't want to talk to myself like that. I don't need to continue her abuse of me in her absence. That's ridiculous. So a few days ago, I started to it was weird. I started to have flashbacks about my husband's hospital stay, and I started to just it was weird. It was like images came, and then I started feeling these feelings like in my gut, like anxiety feelings, and I was like, are you serious? You really feeling this right now? He's fine. He's okay. He's not, And then I said to myself, I pictured myself as a little girl who was maybe anxious, and and I was like, honey, it's okay, everything is fine, and blah blah blah. And so I talked to myself inwardly in that way, and it did absolutely nothing. But my coach was like, just keep doing it. And she said, perhaps over time it will help. She said, you've had a lot of conditioning in the other direction for your whole life, so you have to unlearn all that, and that takes time. And what was nice too was that I was tempted to tell myself, like, come on, Treese, it's been a month. You're not over this yet? He's fine. Like, everything is fine, But one, I would never say that to anybody else. And then another thing that was very helpful was that during one of my coaching sessions, another person, because it's a group coaching thing with all people who have narcissistic parents and some a narcissistic significant other at one point or another too. But anyway, one of them, she shared a story about a traumatic event that happened to her, and she said that it took 3 years for her to be able to come across these normal everyday circumstances and not be faced with tremendous anxiety and just panic. And I was like, wow, 3 years. And as I'm hearing her say this, I'm trusting that her story is her story, her journey is her journey, and she's not lying about it, nor is she being overly dramatic in any way, shape, or form, that makes me, I'm ready to cry. She's not being dramatic. She's not doing too much. None of that. None of the stuff that I've been told that I do. And here I am, my husband was in this situation, and apparently I still need to grieve and deal with it, because I'm the type of person in a traumatic situation, I'm a doer. I don't just, like some people, and not knocking anybody for how they respond. How you respond is how you respond. Some people, you know, just like are out for the count. They may just pass out, can't deal, you know, in any way, shape, or form. Another person might curl up, you know, another person might like scream and cry and just be like, you know, completely out of it in that way. Well, I'm the type, okay, what needs to be done? Okay, I'm gonna do this, you go do that, I need this, and you know, whatever. And that's how I operate. And I need to fit in some time to actually deal with my feelings about the event. And I don't always do that. I'm not in the habit of that just yet. So I'm learning that. And that even, you know, like when these flashbacks happen, perhaps it's that I need to deal with it in the moment, because now I don't have to go and do. I can allow myself to feel whatever it is, breathe, pray, cry, everything, vent, all that. And, you know, love myself through it in a way that I just wasn't loved, you know? So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. And those are the things that I'm thinking about. I hope you're getting something out of this. And, oh my gosh, his cart is, he's gonna catch it. His cart, yeah, he got it. His cart was going away. It was so slow too. The cart was slowly just like drifting away. The guys turned the other way. And yeah. So anyway, I'll end the video here, and I thank you for hanging in there with me and watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.